Out of number of theories of intelligence, there is one more person for which you need to understand, you need to learn about this theory of intelligence by this guy called as Arthur Jensen. He talked about level 1 and level 2. First one is the associative or the associative, and the second one is the cognitive abilities, and that can be understood in terms of which of the following. Now this is a knowledge based question and you need to understand, you need to learn some things over here. So what is the correct answer? Correct answer is apart from the gender differences, he talked about all of these things. Okay. So difficulty and complexity of task pretty obviously, then SES differences and the racial differences as well. Okay. So option number 3 is the correct answer over here. Don't worry, it has never repeated again. So it might not repeat again, but just know that this guy is talking about Arthur Jensen. Okay. Arthur Jensen theory of cognitive, not cognitive, Arthur Jensen theory of intelligence depending upon two levels, level 1 and level 2. These are the abilities. So in this level 1, we call it as the associative learning or the associative ability, and level 2 is the cognitive one. Okay. So it's pretty obviously associative one will be the lower end and cognitive one will be the higher end because we are using some brain over here. So now this becomes the question for the next time. Level 1 can be considered as the lower level and cognitive 1 can be considered as the higher level. Okay. So now you know about Arthur Jensen, AJ, and he talked about two levels, level 1 and level 2. And what is included in that, it can be best understood in terms of the following: difficulty and complexity of task. Is it needing a lower level of intelligence or a higher level? Then the SES differences and the racial differences as well. Okay. Gender differences he did not include it. So the correct answer is option number 3, A, B, and C only. Now we are into the next question, that is question number 6.2. Which of the following are features of metacognition? It is talking about our metacognition. Okay. So what is cognition? You already know cognitive abilities of yours, learning, memory, and all those things. But now it's just a meta version, so it's pretty obviously. We will try to find out the answer. Encoding, it will not be any day. And then the regulation, monitoring, and evaluation. For this, you just need to remember one single concept, and that is this thing. Okay, what comes under metacognition? Three types of things are coming: knowledge, metacognitive knowledge, regulation, and the experiences. Okay, so declarative knowledge, procedural knowledge, conditional knowledge, as it goes with your memory, regulation, planning, monitoring, evaluating, which you will regulate, and awareness, thoughts, and feelings. They will ask you out of this only. You have to match what comes under the metacognition. Okay, and sometimes they can also ask you what comes under metacognitive knowledge. You will answer these one. If they ask about regulation, these one, and with experiences you will answer these one. It is pretty simple. This must be remembered right before the examination, not daily, on daily basis, but right before examination. If you remember this thing completely, 2 marks easily. If not, you can apply common sense and still get the answer. Okay, just remember one of these things, rest two you can easily remember. See over there, regulation, just remember planning, monitoring, and evaluating will come under the regulation part. Declarative knowledge, procedural, and conditional will come under the knowledge part. Okay, and this much is only needed for this. Which of the following are features of metacognition? We don't find encoding anywhere. Encoding is for the encoding, storage, and retrieval. Sometimes this easy question they will ask you. Now, what is the answer? Regulation, monitoring, and evaluation. And why I'm telling you to remember at least one of these things, because now read regulation, monitoring, and evaluation. They have asked only from this single head. So take the screenshot and just move ahead. This is not going to come. Option number 4, B, C, D is the correct answer over here. Okay. All right. Let's move ahead and solve another one. Now this is C, again a basic common sense question. Okay. It does not mean that you need to study each and everything, but you need to study smartly and apply some simple common sense. See, Mayer Salovey Caruso Emotional Intelligence Test, MSCEIT measures. What it will measure? So first of all, it is talking about what? Talking about emotional intelligence. Okay. Even if you have read simple NCRT also, then you will be able to answer. If we are going to talk about emotion, what is the place of motivation? Then that too implicit or whatever, explicit, whatever it can be. But why this emotional intelligence? Okay, why this emotional intelligence test will talk about motivation? Okay, the even the ninth chapter name of NCRT is your motivation and emotion. It means these two are separate entities. Even in the C book also or any general psychology book also, you will find these things never together. Motivation and emotion, tell me one single book where it is mentioned together. Okay, while you are so much emotional you will be so much motivated. Okay, that is one case. But logically this motivation and emotion are separate entities. Just based on this knowledge you can able to answer. that D option is never going to be the correct answer. So if we eliminate this thing, we are left with only A, B and C. Now you know completely perceiving emotions, using emotions to facilitate thought is definitely going to be the answer, but understanding emotions, will this be or will not be? Then the answer is obviously A, B, C. Three of them are correct. Option number 3 is the correct answer over here. Okay, A, B, C is the correct answer. Now, Mayer Salovey first of all proposed this thing, emotional intelligence. Later, it was made famous by Goleman. Okay, and his book also emotional intelligence. And recently they have asked about this Goleman, so PYQ does repeat. Okay, they have asked about Goleman. You will find in any book about Goleman as well. Okay, what he talked about emotional intelligence. Okay, now what is perceiving emotions? There is some guy standing. You are perceiving his emotions or her emotions. Using emotions to facilitate thought, that also will help you. And understanding emotions is all what is measured by the Mayer Salovey Caruso emotional intelligence test. Okay, so MSCIT will never measure your implicit motivation. Why this will measure your implicit motivation? D is never going to be the answer. Okay, so in the exam hall also you have to think like this. And even if you have watched all the PYQ videos, then you don't even need to apply. Apart from common sense, nothing needs to be applied. You will find questions based on that only. Okay, all right. Now see, this the components of working memory are. What should I do with this? Now on this question you will laugh. Seriously, you will laugh. If you are completely following from part number 1, you know what is going to be the answer. And you know who made this model as well. Okay, simple basic concept what I told about memory models. First of all, kahani, I mean story starts from 1968, then it moves to 1972, then it moved to 1974, and then recent advancement was done in 2011, and this question was asked in June 2024. Okay, so why you will not answer this? Tell me what is the answer. Acoustic, semantic, why they are over here? What then Craig and Lockhart will do? So the components of working memory are, first of all, try to recall this thing. Who gave this model in 1968? Who gave this in there? Who gave there? And who gave there? Okay. So if you are able to recall, then you are continuously following this series and you are good to go. You will never miss a question. Now, these two are not the answer. The correct answer is central executive and episodic buffer or buffer. Okay. C and D is the correct answer. Pretty easy. C and D is the correct answer. And what two are there more? Try to comment down below if you remember right now. Okay. Okay, pause the video, comment down below. The correct answer is C and D. I am not going to explain what other two are because we have already done that in the past. Okay, so correct answer is C and D. Let's move forward to the next question. Now see, again, some common sense is needed. Some common sense plus some syllabus. What is in the syllabus? Okay, what words are used in syllabus, that will suffice. Okay, sometimes it happened in same June 2024 as well. Knowing what is written in the syllabus will give you marks, I am telling you. Okay, June 2024 we have just solved the paper also, so just knowing what is in the syllabus, just knowing the simple basic words will give you correct answer sometimes. Okay, now plus pretty obviously common sense and the conceptual knowledge as well. Now first of all, new means new. Okay, whatever it is new. Mood means you know already. Mood and therapy you also know. Okay, therapy is to treat someone pretty obviously, and then we are having this mood thing, and then we are having this new thing. Okay, now what you understand by this mood thing? Either there can be two types of mood, a good mood or a bad mood or a sad mood. Okay, we can say like that. Okay, now it is a cognitive therapy, is been for treatment of depression, involves many behavioral interventions, was originated by Ellis, is action commitment therapy. Now you know after reading this second statement that okay is mean for treatment of depression, and when you are depressed 99.9% you are not in a good mood. Okay, so you can simply associate okay this can be something related to this new mood therapy, because in depression everyone or each of one of the patient will be pretty obviously in a bad mood or in a bad phase. Okay, so B option is going to be the correct answer. There are many ways to solve this, but B is going to be the answer. Now you will find C, B over here, over here, over here, over here. It means B is definitely the answer over here. Okay, now we are talking about therapy and it is a new mood, so it's pretty obviously it can be a cognitive therapy, right? Because what is mood? How you think, how you perceive things, and what all things are happening and things like that. So we can assume just okay it can be a cognitive therapy as well. Okay, and now what it is left with involves many behavioral interventions. Okay, so in a therapy we might need behavioral interventions or not, we don't know. Okay, so we are sure that okay B is going to be the answer. B, B, B. but we are not sure with any of the other options. But if we have some basic common sense and some syllabus knowledge, we will be able to solve this easily. Now, was originated by Ellis. As soon as you read this statement Ellis, what comes to your mind? Albert Ellis is coming or not? If not, then you are not reading things properly, because as soon as you read this Ellis thing, you will remind of REBT. It is mentioned in the NCRT as well, or any general psychology books as well. Okay. So as soon as you saw this Ellis, you know Albert Ellis is talking about your rational emotive behavior therapy. We are talking about new mood therapy, not related that much. So we can eliminate D option from here. Okay. As soon as we eliminate D, we are left with again this thing. Now, next is action commitment therapy, and that is why I'm telling you sometimes reading syllabus also will help you. There is no such concept called as action commitment therapy. It is a therapy called as the acceptance and commitment therapy. If you go to syllabus, your unit number 9, you will find in the lowest of the or the last line, you will find this in the ninth unit. You will find this acceptance and commitment therapy by Stephen C. Hayes. Okay, and we have also discussed in the PYQ videos which we are solving about this Stephen C. Hayes. Okay, so acceptance and commitment therapy, as soon as you read this statement that okay, I have read about acceptance and commitment therapy, and this is nothing mentioned in the syllabus as well. So we can take a chance and we can eliminate this E thing. Okay, E is not going to be the answer. So as soon as we eliminate E, we got the answer, and this is the only answer. Is the cognitive. Now what you need to note down is new mood therapy is a cognitive therapy, pretty obviously, is meant for treatment of depression to make the bad people happy, and involves many behavioral interventions. Okay, it might be involving, we don't know, but how we solved based on some common sense and some syllabus reading as well. Okay, so syllabus reading is also necessary important, because the same thing happened where in the DBT. Okay, so what in the recent time in the June 2024 paper, if you have given, you will find there is a question on health behavior theories, and they have mentioned DBT as dialectical behavior theory. But if you will go to again unit number 9, read the syllabus, you will find that okay, there is no such theory called dialectical behavior theory. It is a therapy. So as soon as you know therapy, you will eliminate, and only one option is with apart from this option. So automatically you will get the correct answer over there as well. Okay. So what is the correct answer over here? It is A, B, C only, and that is the correct answer. And now this is written by David D. Burns in 1980s, Feeling Good, the New Mood Therapy. Okay. So see how David D. Burns is not the correct answer. I mean, it is the correct answer, but how Albert Ellis was not the correct answer. Why Albert Ellis was not the correct answer? Because it is a chain. First of all, David D. Burns, and whose mentor was Aaron T. Beck. I mean, Aaron T. Beck was the mentor of this guy, David D. Burns, and obviously, you will now know Albert Ellis. Okay, so this is the grandfather. Albert Ellis is the grandfather. Then this is the father of CBT, I mean, cognitive therapy, and then it is now David D. Burns who has written this book, Feeling Good, the New Mood Therapy. So they can ask you next time also that Feeling Good book is written by whom? Then you will answer David D. Burns. So it is given by David Burns, not Albert Ellis, and it is not a action commitment therapy, it is a cognitive therapy. See, it is a CBT, that is why cognitive and the behavioral one both are given over here. Okay, so you are watching part number 11th of our 2021 series. I hope you like the video, and with this we'll end this part and see you all in the next part, that is going to be part number 12, and we'll continue from here, and we'll learn about Leon Festinger and what things he had told us about, and we'll try to find out if the questions are repeating on this basis, the cognitive dissonance, the $1 and $20 experiment, and we will try to find out more things about this particular paper. Okay, so don't worry, you will find questions from this complete series. We have already done 11 part. If you watch the complete 11 parts, definitely 100% you will find questions from there. And if you are done with 2019 to 2024 all the videos, then nobody is going to stop you apart from you. So make sure that you are revising well, doing thorough revision, and if not, see you all soon.